This is Johnny Nelson, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Right, thank you very much to Andy for letting me know about this. Article explaining a bit more about it in the description box. Go give that a read once this video is finished, of course, but make sure you are subscribed before you head on over there. Very, very important. Now, ITV Box Office is no more. Now, in this video, of course, I'm going to be talking about boxing, but it's not just boxing that these guys had on ITV Box Office. They had the wrestling as well. Not WWE, no. They had some other new promotional platform of wrestling, and ITV thought it'd be a good idea to put it on pay-per-view on Box Office. Not going to get into that. We're going to talk about the boxing. Boxing's what I know. So with the boxing, ITV, everybody here in the UK has ITV who has a TV. But they have multiple TVs nowadays in everybody's houses, right? So everybody has ITV and it's all free. So these guys had a glorious, glorious opportunity here to make something massive with boxing. And somehow they managed to mess it up. And to be honest with you, you have to be an idiot to have messed it up. Somehow they got convinced, I can only presume by Chris Eubank Sr., that Chris Eubank Jr. is a pay-per-view fighter because he's a son of a legend. But Chris Eubank Jr. against Arthur Abraham is not pay-per-view. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Reynold Quinlan is not pay-per-view. Chris Eubank Jr. versus James DeGale is not pay-per-view. A couple of years ago, maybe. But everybody knew James DeGale was shot. Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, two non-Brits at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not even in the UK, it's over there in America. They decided to put it on pay-per-view. That's ridiculous. Manny Pacquiao is a global superstar. But for him to be on pay-per-view here in the UK, it's going to have to be against a Floyd Mayweather or a Brit such as an Amir Khan. You have to be an idiot to have messed it up, and somehow they managed to mess it up. Doing boxing here in the UK with a platform like ITV is simple work and will cost ITV virtually nothing. All ITV would really have to do is pay for a couple of guys to live stream it using their cameras and a commentary team. That's pretty much their entire outlay. But somehow they managed to mess it up. I could send these guys 2 or 3 promoters tomorrow who currently don't have TV, who could put on quality shows. Free fight nights on ITV. You build it. In 2 or 3 years' time, it could be a pay-per-view. The odd fight night could have been pay-per-view. But they haven't thought about that. What they wanted to do was jump straight into bed with the boxing and think that automatically they can rival Sky Sports and BT Sport. I know why they've done it, and I could see the logic behind it, but it was obvious it wasn't going to work. Painfully obvious, painfully obvious. I mean, Chris Eubank Jr. versus George Groves, okay, that one. Yeah, that one's okay. But the rest of them were crap. And look at some of the undercard. He had Joe Joyce on the undercard. He's about as interesting as watching Tarmac against Bermane Stiverne. I mean, come on. You got Richard Poxton. Is he a great promoter? Hell no, he ain't. Again, very, very plain. Very boring. How are you supposed to sell a product with people like him at the front? I'm not being disrespectful to him as a person, not at all. I don't know him. He's probably like a really nice guy. But boxing, he ain't a great promoter. Quite how he got that job, I will never know. He's like watching the guy from Poltergeist 2, that Kane, whatever his name was. God is in his holy temple. Earthly thought. That is boring. It's boring. You have to be an idiot, an absolute idiot, to make boxing fail. These guys, ITV, had this opportunity here where they could have rivaled Sky Sports and BT Sport, and it wouldn't have been difficult to do. It's a very, very simple process. But somehow they don't have the right people there. And I don't get why. I don't get it. How could you make this fail? How could it fail? As I said, you have to be an absolute idiot to make it fail. But somehow they managed to do it. Now, is boxing totally dead on ITV going forward? No idea. The whole collaboration with the PBC was a great idea. But again, people here in the UK who have ITV don't know who these guys are. They don't know who Jamal and Jamel Charlo are. They don't know Rigondeaux. They don't know these guys. So what do? You put them on free TV. But again, due to the time zones, you're really flogging a dead horse. You have to build your platform for boxing. You have to draw in the crowd. What you don't do and what you can't do is draw in a crowd with Chris Eubank Jr. versus Reynold Quinlan or versus Arthur Abraham. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. As I said before, you have to be a complete plum to make that fail. To rival Sky Sports, to rival BT Sport, to make people tune in to ITV is not difficult. As I said before, I could send them over 2 or 3 promoters tomorrow who would be willing to work with each other and put on shows. These guys currently don't have TV, so people don't really know about them, but they put on some very, very good shows. And if you put them on together, come on now, you build it. It's not difficult. Why are they making an easy job hard? Anyway, for anybody who has the ITV Box Office account, that will just be dispersed, so you don't have to do anything. You just won't be getting charged any kind of money, and your account will just be closed. So that's what it is, ITV Box Office. Somehow, some way, they managed to mess it up. But with the kind of fight nights that they were putting on, it was obvious. Very painfully obvious. Really is a shame, as I said, that these guys had a glorious opportunity here to do something special and managed to mess it up. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyway, drop your thoughts below about it. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.